Hey, it's MK, and I want to welcome you guys to the Kit Conspiracy for April. So Kit Conspiracy is something that we do, Janet and myself, Janet, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube, and myself do twice a year here on YouTube. And what it is we take a kit that has come out. So we started with building our own kits from our stash the very first year, which I think was back in November of 2 or 3 Novembers ago. Oh my gosh, now I can't even remember. I feel like we've done this multiple times now. And so anyways, we gather a kit, and when we first started, it was from our stash because we didn't really know what we were doing, but we were talking one day and decided that we had a lot of similar papers and whatnot, and it would be kind of cool if we put them in a kit and then showed people what they looked like, from your style to my style, to you know, maybe entice them to use those papers as opposed to hoarding those papers. And from then on, we decided that it would probably be a little bit on the difficult side to continue building the kit from our stash, and decided to show people newer kits that are coming out and what can be done with them, basically Janet style, my style, right? Because we have two totally different styles, which we love. And at least one style or one way might appeal to others more than others. So anyways, with that being said, I want to share with you guys week one's kit, which is this one here from Simple Stories. It is backwards. All of this stuff is backwards, but I think it is called Simple Vintage Garden Spring Garden. Simple Vintage Spring Garden, I believe, is what this one is called. And it is definitely a great kit to have in April because it is so full of color, and it helps with those of us still in that winter, second spring, third winter type of mode, where it still might be gray skies outside and we're looking for sun rays and color and that beautifulness that we get from spring. So I'm going to open this up. Now I will have a link to my shop because these are still available in my shop. I actually ordered extra when it came to the pre-orders. I ordered extra to have on hand for those that are just now discovering what Kit Conspiracy is, and then actually get to see the kits in person, because I didn't get to do that this year because Janet and I did things a little different. Last year we tried to order kits that were almost on their life's end, which means they've already came out, people had plenty of time to buy them, all that stuff. And when it came time to my so-called pre-order, it was almost to the point where I almost didn't get anything. I barely got what I pre-ordered because they were at their life's end when it came to scrapbooking, right? Scrapbook supplies do not last very long at all when it comes to all these new collections coming out day by day, week by week, month by month. And so this collection here might only last 2 to 3 months, whereas, you know, 49 Market collections, they might last only a month because of their popularity and how much is printed and whatnot. So anyways, I decided that since this is going into April and we haven't really done April, I did a pre-order back in February. So I ordered extra, so that way those that are joining in April and didn't realize that kits were available, I bought extra, and they are in the shop exactly as you see them right here. So what you get in this kit, and I apologize for this one being uber super long, but I wanted to explain to you guys what the kit entails and basically what Kit Conspiracy is, which I'll get into that after I'm done sharing this. But basically what Kit Conspiracy is we understand the difference between a design team and a layperson just creating with their supplies, right? A design team member gets a kit, and it might be a kit like this where you only get a few things, or it might be the whole collection. And what the design team member is out to share with you guys is how to use the kit in its entirety, like every little nook and cranny of a kit on 1 to 2 to 3 layouts per month. that is their job, to show how well all of these elements of one kit intermix with each other and put a lot on a page. And they're gorgeous to look at. They're absolutely inspiring. They make you want to go buy everything. I get it, because I fall into that lump too. But what Janet and I's inspiration is to take this kit, spread it across an entire week in a month. So this kit will be used, actually, we only plan for 3 days because we have lives. So we only plan to work with these for 3 days, but we always overcreate because we get inspired, and it's just so simple to keep going, and 9 times out of 10 we end up with 6 to 7 layouts, right? So with that being said, for those 6 to 7 layouts that we end up doing, and I can't guarantee that we're going to get 6 to 7 every time, I just can't. Sometimes I run out of paper in the 3rd layout and I can only do 3 layouts. So it just all depends on where we're at. But with all those layouts, we like to share with you guys how to stretch your kit all the way across all those days, or how to get the best out of a minimalist kit, because sometimes you don't want the whole thing, right? Sometimes you just really want to play with a few things, but what if you're missing this, and then what if you're missing that, and then do you feel like you've missed out because you didn't get that? Okay, so that's one of the things that Janet and I like to do about Kit Conspiracy, is basically use what you have within your budget, right? And we felt like these little kits that we created are all within a scrappy budget. And that was one of the deals, right? Of course, it's for, a weekly budget because we do have a new kit every week that we play with. So anyways, some people will play along with us, and I have a kit that looks just like that. It might not be Simple Stories. It might not be, anything to do with Easter like this kit has, or garden, or spring, but the flowers remind them of some sort of, like, maybe a Valentine layout, or not layout, but the embellishments that they had all these roses in it, or a Victorian style layout from Authentique, something like that. And so by all means, build your own kit based off of our Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Spring Garden kit, because it's super fun to watch people play along with us with what they have in their stash. We don't always say, you have to have this kit to play with us. Not absolutely. We just like to bring in the new, so you guys have lots of inspiration on how to use the new stuff outside of design team members, right? Because again, design team members are designed to work with all the product and show you guys how to put all that stuff together on one layout, or a 2-page spread, or something like that. So, or even mini albums. I like those too. So anyways, getting back to showing you guys the goods, because that's really all you're here for. In this collection, we have the foam thickers, which I'm starting to really love Simple Stories foam stickers, you guys. I really am. They've got a lot of personality, and I always talk about personality when it comes to scrapbook supplies. And in my opinion, it should, because honestly, your personality needs to be in your supplies. It really needs to be make to where it's fun for you. And if it doesn't have a personality and it's just a job, it doesn't become fun, and then all of these good things end up in a box or a bin or a closet and never to be seen again, because it's so daunting to do. And so when I say personality, when I mean this is a lot of fun to me. This has a lot of color. It's got a lot of my grungy little nooks and crannies that I love. So what I mean by that is, inside here, this has a lot of lines like ledger paper, and then written words that are illegible, numbers and things like that. That's the kind of stuff, those unique little elements inside are what I look for when it comes to embellishments and things like that. But I love the fact that not every single one looks like that. So I could mix and match all of this stuff, I can mix to where it's like Smile, it's springtime, right? And then the Smile has those really cool grungy effect, but Springtime does not. It's calming, it's relaxing, it doesn't have chaos all over it, right? Or Happy Flowers. I could do those. I love these little bees. I know Janet's gonna say she won't do the bees, but I love these little bees and how grungy they are. And oh my gosh, I really do like the little bees. So anyways, this is what we have. I love the Scrabble tiles too. We've got two little fresh and blooms, or fresh blooms. That works really well together. But I really do love these. I also love the fact that it only came with, what, 4 butterflies? And not a whole lot of butterflies, right? Another thing that Simple Stories also does is hearts instead of any other shape. They do hearts, which I have a hard time, but I'm embracing, right? I use it because it came part of my collection. But yes, these are the foam stickers from Simple Stories. So that is in our little kit that we created. We also have 2 die cut packs, which I'm really happy that Simple Stories does this, because you can either go for what they call bits and pieces, or you can go for their other bits, which depending on the collection, this one happens to be called floral bits. Some of them are journaling bits. Some of them are I think they're not floral bits. They are general bits. That's, I think, usually what they're called, which have other images outside of bits and pieces. And the bits and pieces always have like your titles, every little thing inside. It's got banners, it's got titles, it's got just all sorts of different little things. The shape, the hearts, the just little bits, and that's exactly what it is, bits and pieces, to embellish and help you with the rest of it. And then this one here, their second set, usually always concentrates on one thing. Like this one here is all about the flowers. It concentrates on the floral bit of the garden, rather than the tool bit of the garden, right? So that's super cute, super fun. And then a new thing that I thought would be awesome to try is the rub-ons from Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Spring Garden. That's a mouthful. Would it be better if I just said SVSG? No, because then it sounds like I'm talking about some coded image or something. But we got these rub-ons. Now these rub-ons have 2 of these transfer sheets, which is this one here on the front. Big collage words would be super cool on a mixed media page, super cool, cut up and used in little bits and areas. And then the other side is this one right here, with the cute little bunny behind the cabbage. Oh my god, Peter Rabbit is what that reminds me of. Super cute. And then the last thing we have for embellishments, that's a lot of embellishments, to be honest. You've got your rub-ons, you've got your sticker sheet, 2 packages of die cuts, which are 47 in one and 43 in another. I mean, what is that, 90 embellishments right there in these 2 packages. And then of course the little bits and pieces that you get in between all these giant words on the foam stickers. So lots of embellishments. The sticker sheets are something that I enjoy as well. However, I seem to always forget them. So when I set up my kit and I start pulling everything out and looking at what I have, I usually cut this up. And when I do, I'm able to separate all the little bits with all my little bits of my die cuts, all the titles in with my titles of the foam stickers, or even my die cuts. It just all falls into place, and I seem to use them a lot more than if I kept them on this giant sticker sheet, because sometimes it gets lost and I don't see it right away because I'm too busy looking at this bird's nest that I don't see this butterfly, or I'm too busy looking at this butterfly and I don't realize that these words are down here and they totally get ignored. Things like that. And I do like this gingham, this beautiful gingham sticker that they have down here as well. I feel like they could have added one more, but hey, I'm okay with that. I do like all of this, all the embellishments that have been picked out. So now we're getting on to the paper. We always pick out a lot of paper because we feel like this is the foundation of our kits, right? It all starts with paper, and you can do a whole lot with paper. You can use them as journaling blocks. You can use them as embellishments in a die cut machine. I mean, you can really stretch your supplies without needing any of these. These are just the fun stuff, the ice cream sprinkles, as you would say, where this here is the actual ice cream right here. So I'm dying for ice cream, you guys, and I made me a batch of rum raisin ice cream. Oh my stars, I can't stop eating it. It is so good. Oh, anyways, so moving on, I've got this one here. This one's called Bloom Brightly from Simple Vintage Spring Garden. Okay, they all are. I'm just not going to say it anymore because that's what it is. This one is called Bloom Brightly, and one of the things that we were unsure of was whether or not this was going to be obnoxious pink when we got it, and it's actually not. It's almost like a faded red if you hold it up super close. It is that faded red, which is what I was hoping for. I was kind of crossing my fingers and banking on the fact that this was not bright pink. And so I really do love the mix of and the blending of the two different ginghams that they have going on here. And then of course the gorgeous, almost looks like that grammar print, right? What do they call that? Wide ruled print on there. Okay, and then on the other side is what looks like a tablecloth. It's got that feel to it, that texture look of linen on there with that printed floral, and then inside it kind of sparks that that plaid, that pink plaid. So that is Bloom Brightly. And then we've got Radish Gingham right here. So we went into some of the solids that Simple Stories likes to bring in, and one side is gingham and the other side is this solid, but it has print on print. Like this word is clear that says dictionary. Dictionary of Garden is what I can read absolutely clearly, even though you guys probably can't even see it on the camera. It is there. There's also this big huge print right here, looks like a flower of some sort with lines and vines and whatnot, and it might actually even be, nope, nowhere near, but it looks like it covers this whole part of the paper and you can't really see it. It is truly tone on tone. So there we go. If you guys can see it right there. But it's still a pretty paper, great for photo mats, things like that. We also went with the 3x4 elements because one of the things about these elements is you can cut up all these little words. You can cut out this gorgeous doily and have that little bee if you really want to, or use the bees from over here to put it on top of this doily and have them 3D. The birdhouse, Hello Spring, Stay Wild. These are just awesome little elements, more embellishments for you to add to your layout, or you can flip it over and use these awesome tags, right? So this one's again called 3x4 elements, and you've got all these little tags that you can cut up and use as a collage piece on your layout. So super fun depending on which side you want to use. Super fun. So this one is called 4x4 elements, and it has this beautiful wallpaper on it. It's like a green print in the background, this white mesh, and then you've got the flowers. And on the other side is like what it said, 4x4, but instead of this being a 4x4, now you have a smaller version of these pieces right here in the 3x4. So if you felt bad that you decided to cut up these tickets, you have a smaller version of this butterfly. It's just not as distressed, but still awesome. You've got that cute little Peter Rabbit and his cabbage going on, and lots of cute little things to add to your layout if you did not want to use the wallpaper side for other purposes, right? Super cute. And again, from the Solids collection, this one is called Sweet Pea Gingham. So you've got the gingham in green this go around. And then same thing, same print too. Dictionary of it's gardening. Illustrated, this looks like a book print right here, and then Encyclopedia of Horticulture. You can actually read this one on top of, and you can see these, those big, huge, what are those called? Hibiscus, maybe? Hyacinths? I don't remember. I know it starts with an H, but lots of little blooms on top of this big, huge cone, and then the leaves and things. So you guys can actually, you can see it really well. Yes, you guys can see it really well. Okay. And then the same thing with this one. This one's called Picket Fence Gingham. So that exact same print going on the solid side, and then you flip it over and you've got that gingham going on in the same linen color. And then this one here is Buttercup. So we went with a lot of solids for this one to tone down the prints is what our thinking was. We really wanted to tone down some of these prints. So Buttercup on the other side, and it also, same print, exactly the same with the flowers, same book print, all that stuff, only in yellow. And then this one here is Spread Your Wings. You've got that wallpaper look again, but then it has this damask look coming in, a faded spot for you to put like a photo. It already has all that distress and embellishing going on, and all you have to do is add your own little touches coming in from this side and this side right on top of where your photo is supposed to go. I like papers like this because they make your layout starter super easy. I love that. And then on the other side you've got this. It's a little blown up for me. I wish that would have been a little bit smaller, but still super good. Again, this paper is called Spread Your Wings, and it's got the 3 butterflies going down with that huge print. Okay, this one here is called Petunia Gingham. So it's kind of a softer pink going on. And then the other side is that print of the book and the flowers. Okay, tone on tone. This one's called Scatter Sunshine, and I believe we have 2 pieces of this. Yes, we do, because we loved this side as well as this beautiful honeycomb yellow print. And I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not, but it's got that yellow, oh my gosh, that buttercup yellow. But we loved both sides, that we had to have 2 pieces of this paper inside. And again, that was Scatter Sunshine. Here, right here is My Happy Place, and it's got that beautiful print of butterflies with the print on top of the butterflies. And then when you flip it over, it has that beautiful blue gingham, or I'm sorry, not gingham, damask look. And so it's basically a solid of what we saw in one of the other prints. Spread Your Wings, I believe is what it was called. Yes. So you get a solid piece for that one. Here is Janet's favorite, is the journal elements. So you've got all these really cool 4x3s, as well as a couple 4x6s, or I'm sorry, 3x6s in the little card style for journaling and for tucking, or base clusters and whatnot. So I really have liked when they bring these ones in, because they just add interest, especially when they go up and down. This one here looks like it's a little bit more, because this looks like 3x3 going on there. So yeah, they're just all the different sizes, and I really do like how they started doing these in their collections. And then of course we've got another linen print right here. It looks like a very close-up, zoomed in on a tablecloth for me, and it's got that paisley with the roses. So there is our first collection for Kit Conspiracy, called Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Spring Garden. This collection is going to be great for cataloging outdoors, cataloging if you guys do a garden, if you guys, whether it be a floral garden or a vegetable garden or anything like that. It is a really good layout to just celebrate sunshine. It really is. I mean, and rainbows, and I mean, I really love it. I really do. A lot of the words, you know, where you've got spring, sunshine, hello, lovely, beautiful, happiness, you know, they don't always read in the garden. You know, you don't have to have a garden in order to do this. Grow can be about your kids, or your kids playing in the sunshine, you know, after a long winter, which I know we have had a very long winter. So lots of potential for photographs and whatnot. Now, I debated on whether or not to show you guys what pictures I picked for this collection and setting up my page kits and stuff, because I have really been liking playing with my page kits and getting my layouts done for the month super fast, because I've already made those decisions. So if I do that, I will come back and share that with you guys. But for right now, I really wanted to share this, and I knew it was going to be super long based off of the fact that I was trying to explain Kit Conspiracy to you guys. So if I do, I will be right back. If not, then I will see you guys tomorrow for the first layout that I create with this kit. All right, thank you guys very much, and I may come back, I may not. Okay, so I have my photos picked out, I have my assignments picked out. Now the first thing I have to tell you guys is one of the sketches I will be redoing, because I went to go and post this sketch and the created layout that I did for it, and the entire content is gone. So I'm going to be redoing this sketch because I don't think that that's very fair, that I won't be doing it. So at first I wanted to share with you guys the layout that I created. This was the one that I created, I recorded, I did all the good stuff for March using one of my Baby Got Scraps scrap kit. So this was all made from scraps and embellishments, and then of course one 12 by 12 layout, which was originally for this sketch by Tracy England, but I'm going to be doing it again because it never got recorded or anything. I'm very upset that I lost the content for this video. So with that being said, I'm going to redo this one. I also have day 13 that I did not get around to doing. And then I have my other 2 assignments for this week. So I have 4 assignments plus my 3 regular days that I'm supposed to be doing this. So this will be on Tuesday, this will be on Wednesday or Thursday. This is my Friday, and this is my Saturday. So I have Monday and Wednesday that I'm supposed to be doing Kit Conspiracy. So that way everything has a chance to shine. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are supposed to be my Kit Conspiracy days. So then that way I give these 2 sketches a chance to shine when it's outside of Kit Conspiracy, right? But I will be using my Kit Conspiracy kit. So with that being said, here are all of my pictures. I just need to decide which pictures are going to be for what, for what day. So I've got a lot of 2-page layouts going on here. 1 single photo, 2 single photos, but a lot of 2-pagers, especially these 3 right here. Can be 2-page. I think this, yep, that's just a 1-page, and this can be just a 1-page as well. So I need to decide what am I going to do for what. So this one's ombre, texture paste, and splatters. Ombre, texture paste, and splatters. I think we'll go for our Easter egg hunt, which is actually more like the loot. I didn't take pictures of any of them hunting, to be honest. Then I've got this one. This is 2 photos, possibly 3. This one's 3 photos, possibly. I could possibly do this one with Terry's, and then this could be the 2 little embellishments she's got going on in the corners. So I think I'm going to do, I'm sorry, I said Terry, I meant Tracy. I apologize. So I think I'm going to do that one. And then I have, this one here is Healing and Medical for the Scraps to Embellishment. That is the theme. So Healing Powers and Medical. And I really, I could do that with this one because crafting is a healing power in itself if I was to go that far, but I'm not sure because this is about a banner, the process of a banner that I was creating and whatnot. So I'm not sure if that's the healing power that she was looking for, but I think that's where I'm going to go with that one. This one here, let me see, but this is going to end up being a 2-page plus all those cool embellishments. This one's 5 photos. These are of our new friends across the street. We actually have some swans instead of pelicans. So we've got lots and lots of fowl across the street that are just amazing to observe and watch. And one of them is actually nested. So I'm excited to see if we get baby swans this year. So I'm wondering, do I want to do that or do I want to stick with 2 photos? Now I'm ignoring these 2 because there's just 1 photo. I've already assigned this one, I've already assigned that one, and I've already assigned that one. But this one is just some hail balls that came in. Actually, this photo goes this way, but that's okay. It can be interpreted anyway. So I've got some hail balls that came in this year, which is 2022, but I don't think I want to do that. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 layouts for 6 days. What the heck? That's crazy. But I'm still gonna do it because this is our spring, you guys. That's why I brought in hail balls and pictures of weather and pictures of mushroom and stuff, because this is our weird spring that we get high up in the mountains. Some days it's bright and sunny and your flowers are blooming and everything, and then the next day you get hail. So I'm trying to think, these two here or these ones here. I think I want the swans. I think I want to try to turn that into a 2-pager. So I think that's, because I think that was where my initial thought process was going to lead me anyways. All right, so now I'm going to put them all in order. I've got Saturday. Whoa, that stuck really well. So I have Saturday. I have a cool little Easter banner that I made for a friend. I have Friday. Thursday is the swans. So the end of the week is going to be 2-page heavy. Then I've got a Wednesday. So now I get to pick between these ones, which one wants to be Wednesday. I think I'm going to do my daughter on Wednesday, Tracy on Tuesday, and my flowers on Monday. And then this will be a bonus layout that I might do at the end of the month. So depending on all the products that I have left over, I will do that. Okay? Because I might want to add something else. All right, so let's get started. I don't know why I've just brought those over. So here is this. Here are all of my papers. I have all of my embellishments that I need to start cutting up and into. Now I won't cut the transfer sheets. What I'll end up doing is the very first layout that I end up putting these with, then I will just keep moving them forward from layout to layout to layout. So that's what I'll end up doing with the transfer sheet, because it's almost like it's one whole sheet. It doesn't give me the blank spaces like 49 and Markets do. So yeah, in fact, this layout, because it's of my irises, I think that this one might be, I think this might be the first layout that they end up in. So I'll go ahead and just put those there. I need to open up all of my packages. I need to cut apart these guys and these guys really quickly. I did not do that because I just got so excited to come in here and share with you guys the photos that I picked out. I haven't decided on what side papers I'm going to be choosing for what layout. I guess I'll just do the flippy floppy thing because I honestly do not know. But we've got lots. This is a big collection we picked out here. Huge. And I just love looking at the color palette, you guys. I absolutely love the yellow and the blue and the green, and then this linen color. I love this combination. All right, silly goose. Let me go and cut these and open these and get them all spread out in front of me, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have all of my pieces put together, I decided to fast forward this because the video was getting a little on the long side. And now I'm going to start building page kits based off of the photo that I have picked out for day 1, day 2, etc., etc. So for this one is the irises that I have growing in my gear garden. And I'm just going to flip and turn. Now, the thing about it is my irises are purple, and I really don't want to take away from the purple by making it match too much, but I feel like the pinks take away and overpower the purple, the soft purple flowers. So I went with this blue background for my base piece. And then what I'm thinking about doing is some sort of whitewash in the back. So that way I have a spot to rest all of my embellishments and my photo and things like that. Now what I'm doing is looking for gardening items like the garden tools, the shovel in the rub-ons, the boots, a few of the florally bits. I love the little Peter Rabbit with the fence, because at first, before I put my rocks around the garden's edge, I actually did have a cute little fence going around that looked a little bit more nautical than it did, well, just rocky, because of the fact that we live across from a lake. So I wanted it to have that nautical feel. So once I figured out all of the embellishments, and I tried my hardest to switch between stickers and die cuts and rub-ons, and then of course when it went to the titles, I wanted to pick between foam and flat, right? Foam and die cut title. So that's what I was trying to do. I also forgot to mention somewhere in this video that one of the things that Janet and I want to focus on are our thicker sets. So this collection here is really relatively the only collection that comes with words, especially an abundance of words. Some of them might only have like 1 or 2 layouts worth of words. So we decided that we've got a ton of thickers. That is just something that will seem like a never-ending supply, right? Lots and lots of collections come with stickers and thickers and alphas and all that stuff. So that was want to be our main product focus for this month, is adding in thickers. So even though I picked out the word flowers and garden, I still want to add my own alphas to this to complete my title, which I will let you guys know as soon as I put the layout together. But first, before I forget what my title is going to be, I believe I added in, or maybe I don't do that until later. I think I do it later, is I add in some of the Tim Holtz tiny word stickers to fill in the blanks of some of the uhs and is and ahs and all that good stuff of the title. All right, so the next one that I have is Tuesday's layout. Well, at least I'm crossing my fingers that it'll become Tuesday's layout, and I'm going to give Tracy's sketch another try. I still apologize up and down for my first video getting lost in cyberspace is where it's at. So I'm deciding I really don't want to take away from the greenery that is in my photos, because this is our spring here, is we usually have bright, lush, green grass. And then as the summer comes, the grass isn't so lush because of the lack of water. It's not that we don't water our grass. That's not what it at all. It's just the benefits of being in a desert. It gets really dry, really hot, really fast. And so it almost like flash burns our grass, and so we only get to see this greenery the first few weeks of spring, and then once the June and July months hit and it's super hot, we have a dull green grass from then on out. It is still lush, it is still very soft to the touch, it's just not as vibrant as the spring grass is, even though it's the same grass. It's just weird. So anyways, doing the exact same thing. I picked out papers for my layout. This awesome mixed gingham paper is going to be beautiful and just perfect for Tracy's sketch. So I think it's going to be amazing. And then, of course, I wanted to bring in some pictures to be a part of the circular elements that she has in her sketch. So I also wanted to bring in a couple of those 4x4s, so that way I can embellish a little bit more around those photos, and they won't just be an add-on that looked like a second thought type of deal. So that's where the 4x4s come into play. I'm picking out the tiny words, and I'm using some wax paper that I've had floating around. I just have a little stack of wax paper from previous layouts, and I tend to use them until they look really grody looking, because sometimes I will change the color of an alpha use right on top of that that wax sheet, and so of course then it starts looking a little grungy with the marker rub-offs and whatnot, where I accidentally fell off the alpha and hit the wax sheet, things like that. Or sometimes I get stickers that stick too good to the wax sheet and starts putting holes in my wax sheet. So I will use a wax sheet over and over again until it just starts looking terrible. All right, so next layout is Wednesday's layout. It's going to be this really cool face painting of my daughter's butterfly on her face, and Kyrie is my pink gal, so I pulled all the pink butterflies, this beautiful side floral print, and then I decided to bring in the green. At first I was going to bring in pink, and then I realized there's not enough contrast going on in the layout. Too much pink with pink with pink. So I decided to bring in the green, but on the next layout I have to make a note, okay, you have to pull the green from Wednesday's layout to use everywhere else, because all you're going to use is barely a 4x6 piece of this green for Kyrie's layout. So now I'm just trying to decide which title is going to be perfect, and I already had this ampersand sticking on top of gosh knows from where, but it was already stuck to a wax sheet of paper. So I'm going to do bloom and grow, because that is the stage of the life that my daughter is in right at the moment. And so I thought, oh, this is absolutely perfect. The ampersand was already sticking out for me. I mean, it couldn't have been put together any more perfect other than that. All right, so here's where I have to go and start bringing in some cardstock, because I have a lot of 2-page layouts coming up. And the problem with 2-page layouts is that you can only stretch a 12 by 12 piece so far. And if I'm going to do this particular sketch, which I should have started building my pages with this sketch first. However, I already knew roughly what papers I wanted to use with these photos and that sketch because of the blue that's reflecting off of the water. It just reminded me of this gorgeous bluebell color from Close to My Heart. It's absolutely beautiful. However, I still couldn't figure out how to stretch that gorgeous printed paper from Simple Stories. So I brought in this linen paper. I think it's actually called mink. So I brought that in thinking, okay, this is going to help me stretch that paper, because it's the closest thing in cardstock that I could get. Plus, it'll also allow me a plain surface to do the journaling around the page, just like what's in the sketch. They want you to do the journaling all the way around the page's edge. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect, because now I don't have the distraction of any print or anything like that. So that's where I decided to bring in some cardstock, even though they weren't part of the kit. And then I also debated on bringing in a journaling spot. However, the journaling is supposed to be wrapped around the page. And so I thought, oh, if I bring in the journaling spot, then I'm going to forget to wrap the journaling around the page. So I omitted not doing that. Now, the next step is my Mixed Media Mayhem, which actually calls for an ombre. And I remembered doing this ombre rainbow-ish thing many moons ago. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to bring this in because it is absolutely perfect. I absolutely love it. This pink matched whatever pink ombre that I used down at the bottom. So it's actually radish, I think is what color this is. So it's absolutely perfect. I mean, I could not believe how well everything just starts coming together once I get my first page or second page kit built. Everything else is just magically falling into place where it needs to be. And I think that is just so awesome in all honesty. So I am trying to pick a few things from each part of the rainbow. Now my blues are not matching at all. My greens aren't matching at all, but the yellows matched perfectly. So I went ahead and brought in the yellows. I brought in the other two mediums that I need for my mixed media, which is a texture paste and some splatter of some sort. So for my texture paste, I brought in my Nuvo drops, which is actually a crystal drop, and it's kind of iridescent-y. So I thought, oh, that's going to be absolutely perfect with whatever I decide to use it with, because I don't know yet. I might bring in a stencil. I might bring in, I might just swatch it on the page. Who knows? And then, of course, I brought in 2 more pieces of mink cardstock for my bases, so that way I could stretch these across 2 pages. All right, going to go ahead and put those in one of my page kit envelopes. I just have these envelopes from various manufacturers that I love building page kits and then putting them in, because I have just enough to last me for an entire month. I mean, it's perfect. Last page here that I'm going to be building is for Saturday, and it's about this cute little banner that I had created. I actually love making these banners, but I only make them to do as like, I don't want to call them Secret Santa gifts, but what we do is we bring a gift. We bring, meaning like our Bunko group or our Stamp Club group or something like that. we bring a mystery gift and then we pass it around, or you pick a number from a hat. So it depends on what game we play, but you pick a number from a hat, and that's the number that you go to go pick up a present. So if you got number 1, you get to pick the first present. You get to open it in front of everybody. And then if I get number 9, I get to see almost all the presents open and choose which one I want to steal. So you always want a higher number when we play it that way. But that's usually why I make these banners, is for those types of gifts, because they're just so super cute and fun. All right, you guys, so those are my page kits that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this uber super long video. I get it. Don't forget to check out Janet's channel to see her reveal of Kit Conspiracy and her kit. I do know that we are allowed to bring in the cardstock that's needed, scraps of paper from other kits, as well as embellishments that help us tell our story specific to the photos that we're working with. So I do know that there are a few things that we are allowed to add in, because not every kit is absolutely perfect for everybody's photos, right? We do need to add some personalization in there. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. Like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I'm just grateful you're here for today. That day by day, that is what I'm grateful for. So thank you so much. And I will see you guys all tomorrow with the first layout from this kit. Bye.